And we are live. Heck yeah, beautiful day to skate. First day of October. That's the birth month. So you know it's going to be a great month. Favorite time of the year. Actually, I even got my scary spooky socks on. So that works out. Started our Halloween movie marathon off last night with Shaun of the Dead. Whew! We got to watch the new Jurassic World today with Jo when she gets home from work. We got Jurassic Park, the first one, playing right now. I plan on having those play throughout the day. Gotta get some listings done. And might have to mess around with eBay again. For those of you who don't know, I used to run my own eBay store. I still got all the inventory and everything, but since Canada Post kind of screwed me last winter, shut everything down. I was looking at maybe getting a real location, renting something out, but I'm not sure that's the way to go either. So right now we're just selling off a little bit of our inventory, little bit by little bit, figuring out where we're going. And Jo works construction, so she's got a good job. We got a good team relationship. Before she got this job, she was struggling trying to find a good job. She was gonna do a knife, like door-to-door, like knife salesman type thing, one of those like pyramid schemes. And I was like, nope, you're not gonna do that. Keep looking for a good job. I'll support us. We're good right now. So she ended up getting a construction job after that because of all that. And then I ended up going on vacation. My vacation was canceled on me right before I had to leave, but I already paid almost $3,000 to go to Italy for a wedding. And so I told him, I know exactly what you're trying to do. Do what you got to do. I came home to no job. So that's when I started doing eBay full time. But that lasted about a year and a half, and now we are not back to square one because we have all the inventory and we have a vast array of knowledge, but definitely time to start thinking about the next chapter. So if you guys wonder why I'm going to have a bunch of videos coming out on the channel, just testing my editing, being more in front of the camera. I want to send out a couple, not headshots, but actually like act some scenes out and see if I can get a couple acting gigs maybe finally. I always had it as a dream, movies. I basically was raised on movies. A lot of life lessons you can learn from movies. And you don't even realize that. You're just escaping from life for a little bit, and you can still learn stuff along the way. So I don't know, I always loved movies, always wanted to act, so I'm gonna work on that. Plus I'm good on computers and all that stuff. I went to school for digital marketing, so the whole reason why I'm not doing that is it's just very scummy work. You're basically trying to get every cent and dollar out of people like me and you who do not have the money, and we all fall for these same games. It's the same thing with, you know, Pokemon cards and all that stuff. I actually was just watching a video on how the blind box and the mystery box kind of taught kids how to gamble. And I loved the surprise bags. I love Pokemon cards. I do all the ripping. You know the channel, right? So it makes a lot of sense. I grew up in that culture. And a lot of my friends have gambling issues. I don't, because I know how big of an addict I am. So I try and stay away. But there have been times, you know, I'm really good at Pro Line. And also, me saying that, I'm not good at Pro Line. I've been lucky. Okay, so you're not good at gambling. You get lucky until you're not lucky no more and you run out of money. That's the way it works. That's why the house always wins. That's why the people who are really good get banned. You ever wonder that? Oh, you won too much money at a game that it's supposed to be, you know, luck. You won too much from us, and now you're banned. That stuff doesn't make sense to you guys. It's because you're set up to lose. So in the games where you're set up to lose, I'm not even playing anymore. And that's what it is now. Everybody thinks they're a reseller, which is cool, you know, but it's really given people who are trying to make their own business, like their own toy businesses and card businesses and stuff, it's just given us all a bad name now. And I've just noticed I'll get comments from people like, wow, you can find this at Walmart, you can find this at Dollarama, you can find this blah blah blah. It's like, yes, that's the point. Like, where do you think they get their items from? It's all about supply and demand and who's willing to buy what, where, when, and how. You know, like if there's a bunch of Pokemon cards that get sold out in your area and they're not selling out in my area, well, what do? You buy them online. Who do you think sells those? Me. I buy them at our local store. I don't do it with Pokemon cards though. Like, I'm not one of those guys. That's also why I'm trying to get I haven't listed even any of my own personal Pokemon cards in a long time. Because I don't want to be that guy. You know, the 30-year-old man buying out all the kids' toys. But then I noticed when I was getting into Hot Wheels a couple years back, I would see like 50-year-old men and stuff, and then I realized, I'm like, oh no. I'm looking at 50-year-old men camped out in front of the toys and stuff. Is that what little kids are seeing when they're looking at me digging through them? I'm like, probably. So I've taken a step back. It's a pretty good warm-up. Little ramble. But yeah, that's just where my headspace is at right now. So with movies too, that's why my most popular video, this was a resale and a box opening channel. Like, that's why it was called Cracked. It was called Cracked. You know, cracked packs, cracked openings. Now I'm just kind of making it a channel about me. But yeah, so anyways, we're having a movie marathon for Halloween, October. And I've never really been into horror movies. Raised religiously, I was never even really allowed to watch most of them. But I was able to watch Jurassic Park, which I'm just now finding out that that's actually considered a horror movie. So if there's a decent bit of like gore and like, I guess dinosaurs count as like maybe creatures or monsters. It's the same way as like Jaws is a horror movie. Which I gotta watch. I've never watched Jaws, so that's on the list. But so we started off with Shaun of the Dead last night. All the dinosaur movies today will be playing. There's really, like 65 isn't that scary of a movie. But there's a good one called Jurassic Games. It's like a B, C tier movie. You know, it's not like really big budget or anything, but it's just a fun bad movie. It's got a great idea. It's like convicts get sent into a reality where there's like dinosaurs and shit, and they have to like, last one survives. Like, you die in the game, you die in real life, but like, because they're all sentenced to death. But if you win the game, you win your freedom. It's like The Condemned, which is another good movie that I'm wondering, does that count as a horror movie? Maybe I could still fit it in this, because thrillers, I'm counting, because psychological thrillers can do more damage to somebody than like just a poorly made grindhouse film. So thrillers are also in it. We want to watch Side Effects. That's a good one. I just remember it's a good one. Seven. Movies like that. Prisoners, maybe. But tomorrow is every day me and Joe have one, because she might be at construction all day. You never know with construction. So we're planning it just to watch one together. Plus, she doesn't really care for all the scary stuff anyways. I'm willing to sit through it just to experience it. Experience anything once, you know? I'll watch any movie once. So that's why she goes to bed early too, so she wasn't gonna stay up last night to watch Shaun of the Dead. She was already asleep before I turned it on. But yeah, so today will be the new Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World Domination, not Domination, Rebirth? Jurassic World Rebirth, because we haven't seen that yet, so we actually were gonna watch it a couple weeks ago. We put it on pause. We're like, we'll watch this day 1, October. And then that's where we got this idea. So tomorrow is gonna be I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's never seen it. I tried to get her to watch it before, but this is when she's like, oh, I don't like them, they're scary. She loves Disney movies, so this is like completely out of her element. So baby steps. So I know when I start putting out the videos of the movies, I'm gonna get a bunch of comments like, that's not a Halloween movie. And it's like, I know, but we're changing up the rules. Plus, this way my list will be different than everybody else's. It'll have like some good thrillers and stuff. Plus, like, Psycho is a thriller too, isn't it? More? Psychological thriller? I don't know, I gotta watch it still, but maybe it is pretty gruesome. But I'm pretty sure, from what I know of like this shower scene and stuff, I don't know. And I gotta watch the Birds one. Some of these classics. Yeah, but I guess that's a good warm-up. I'm liking our ollies. Now I'm gonna get through all the George A. Romero movies on my own, because I grew up huge zombie fan. Shout out to Joe Esposito. Me and him, we would watch all the zombie movies. He introduced me to them. Resident Evil 1 was the first one. I watched that movie. Whoa. Never even thought these were horror films either. I just love zombies. Woo. But yeah, so I was actually gonna go watch Night of the Living Dead, and that's how I ended up with Shaun of the Dead, because I don't own Night of the Living Dead, so I went to go look it up. That's how I found Shaun of the Dead. I own Shaun of the Dead, but just figured to watch it. Well, I played Disney Speedstorm last night. Got to make a video on that too, because we are a gaming channel. Man of, what is it? It's like something Master of None. Okay, where's your brother at? Paulo, get out of the porch. Too funny. This way, mister. We still recording? Yeah, so Dracula Untold, another one of my favorite movies of all time. Didn't really realize it's in the monster movie genre, so first time I'm going to watch that in a long time. Have a hilarious, most movies that I really enjoy, I just have very good stories about like the first time I watched them. And so it's like a lot of bias, but isn't that life? I feel like we all put our own little biases into things, and instead of acting like we don't, we should kind of lean into it more so you get more individuality. Looking up these lists, bro, everybody's lists are basically the same. Like, it's like Halloween, Jeepers Creepers, Hocus Pocus, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride. Those two weren't on there. That's just some Tim Burton. But yeah, Tim Burton. Oh. But I want to watch like The Fly, dude. Cronenberg. If you guys know Rick and Morty, the Cronenberg episode is from The Fly. It's one of the one scary movies that I watched when I was younger. Oh, almost. What is that, spider? No. Somebody just whipping in our driveway real quick. Do a Yui. Don't be doing that with my dogs, bro. They're so behaved though, they just stay here. Who the fuck are you? Good job, you two. So proud. All right, let's get a couple more tricks. Whew. I've been a little yappy, but it's been a good warm-up so far. Oh yeah, so let me know in the comments any movies I should watch this month. We're gonna end it with Halloween on the 31st and Trick or Treat on the 30th. We'll see how many sequels of each we get into. Pretty sure Trick or Treat has. It might not actually have a sequel, but I know Halloween has a ton, so. Probably have to bang them both out. Whew. Jesus. That was fun. I don't even know how that happened. Whew. Okay. A little floater. Ton of editing to do. I gotta catch up on my skate IQ vids. Been so busy lately. Edited and put the dogs video up today. Hey, Apollo. It is hot in this outfit, but I wanted to wear it. Nice and bright. Love it. Love to see it. I got a nice little flick I'm doing. Huh. Oh, that would have been nice. So I'm practicing these so much because I want to get these on my big spins. Like if I pop it straight like that, and I learn how to throw my body into a 180, right? That's a big spin. So I feel like we could get close because it floats. The only thing is I'm going to come down on my back. And I need to come down weight here so I can spin it. But that's my weak side. So that's where the dilemma occurs. I gotta learn a couple new skills simultaneously and get over the crack. But that little flick that I'm doing, I don't know if that helps or hurts for a big spin. Because it's going to be a flick, but you kind of want your foot to stay the same so the board comes right to it, right? So it's like that, and then I mean, maybe we got those soon, but I don't think today. Good enough. Kickflip time. It was a learning curve. Not even a curve. But it took some time to get used to the loose trucks. But skating, really loose trucks, I feel it's been something that's helped me out as of recent. I'm able to use like my ankles to find the pockets, like my ankles and my toes, find the pockets and like adjust like a millisecond before I pop, just to like straighten out the board a bit with my body weight. Like even if I'm like this, I can still like use my ankles to straighten it out. Anyways, less talking, more doing. I just gotta commit on my flick. Get the flick and the catch down, and we're solid. Yeah, you got poop? Okay. Mental note. It's not where you usually poop, so I won't remember that one. Oh, forgot what I was doing. Where's your sister? Okay. We still rolling? Nice. Okay. That was almost real nice. That was okay. I was happy with that one. Getting dizzy now. Woo! Nice. I'm trying to do this. It's like a Chinese ollie, I think. Oh. You gotta time it just perfectly to hit the crack. Alrighty. Whew, let's end with some front sides. Nice just having the dog out here with me. But yeah, whew. I make sure I get majority of the house cleaning done. Dinner's ready to be made. Gonna be chicken and rice, probably some baked potatoes on the side maybe. She doesn't want any, Jojo, but I kind of feel like them, so probably gonna make them. But yeah, basically, a stay-at-home husband, boyfriend, partner, just taking care of the dogs, grooming, training, all the housework, cooking, and trying to make some money on the side, as well as trying to keep up on all my hobbies. Hopefully eventually something like skateboarding or YouTube blows up where I can start making that exponential wealth. I've worked a job since I was 14, worked my way up to manager almost everywhere I've been, just to get fired twice for asking for a raise, once I went through all the hassle of suing them and all that shit, second time I just cut it. I'm not doing all that. Could have got a paid vacay. But after the first time I realized it's just so much hassle fighting for your money. It's a lot of bullshit. Money doesn't make me happy. I need the bare minimum. I need to pay bills. I'm in no debt. I haven't had a cell phone bill in 3 years. Just groceries and rent, man. We'll save when we can, but happiness comes first, always. If you're miserable, it don't matter. Also, if I'm working, let's just say a minimum wage job. I'm getting paid 15 an hour, 17 an hour, whatever it is. And then you make around 500, and then they tax that bitch. So you make less than $2,000 every month. Less than $2,000 every month. On my best weeks on eBay, I was making $2,000 in a week. So, depending how hard you want to work, you can make money on the side. Legally. And then, I'm doing all the training and all the dog grooming that you would pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for throughout the month. Doing all that myself. I have all the tools. I already invested in all the grooming tools and all that stuff for Akira years ago. Like $100 nail trimmer. And that's only one of the 4 that I have. So, it's kind of like the thing, like, if you make more money, you end up having to call somebody to come do all the other stuff that you're not doing. So if you're not making that money and you have all that time, do that shit. So then it's kind of like you're earning your worth. I don't even want to say your worth, because I feel like I'm worth, but a lot of people, because I don't have a job, they want to assume like I'm worthless and not doing nothing and all that type of things, which is okay. Everybody has their own perspectives and all that things. But I've seen people, nobody's going to be able to retire that I know. Nobody's retiring. They're going to work till they die, and they're making minimum wage. So all that stress to just go in more and more credit card debt, which I'm in no credit card debt. I don't smoke. I don't vape. I've become as healthy as I can, cutting back on all these extra things. So I actually don't spend any money on myself other than groceries. Other than groceries and rent, me and Joe have been very good. Joe likes to buy some random items every once in a while, but we've been very good. And so if you live within your means, you can be happy and poor. But the plan is to eventually retire Joe, so that Joe never has to work a day in her life again. I'll do all the heavy lifting. I'm already planning, hopefully next year we can run some skate competitions. I have a bunch of Xbox 360s and toys and all that from my business, from my eBay business and all that stuff. I'd like to do like first place gets an Xbox 360 set up, blah, blah, blah. You know, we skate 1, 2, and 3, all that type of shit. I gave away a free board. I just gave it away. I didn't do it on camera or anything because I didn't realize till after, like, oh, that could have been content. But like, buddy snapped his board. I had an extra board that was breaking at the time, and I just gave it. So like, I plan on doing that type of stuff. So the more money I get is going to go towards like me and the dog. It's just going to go to the community. It'd be nice to have like little events, even for like older people too, not just kids. Like have like each decade, you know, like 80s decade. I don't know, different things. But this is going to be our last one. We're going to land it. We're getting tired. We're just talking, rambling now. But yeah, big things to come. Not bad. We'll get one without a tic tac. And then yeah, look forward to the new videos coming. Woo! Yeah, because a lot of the times when I had those high-paying jobs and I was even working 20-hour days, you'd think that'd be illegal. No. some places get loopholes and shit. Like, I'm not even gonna bring their name into it, but anyways, I was making $2,000 a week almost, and I was seeing my dog an hour a day. So what do you want, you know, money or time? You can't buy time with money. It's the one thing you can't buy with money. So yet, anyways. There we go. See you guys in the next one. Deuces.